My name is Angelica Lim, and I'm a researcher in artificial intelligence and robotics. I've been working in robotics and AI for a long time now, about a decade and a half. And I think the same question has come up for AI as it's come up for robotics in the last decade. Will robots take our jobs? And I think that there have been very big and recent advancements in AI, but the fear has certainly come up because suddenly we have this interface that acts human-like. And whenever we have an agent or a robot or an AI that somehow reminds us of ourselves, we naturally start to feel threatened more about this than, say, for example, a large company conglomerate that now everybody uses to order their goods from, instead of going to brick and mortar stores, right? So there have been huge technological revolutions over the past decade, including things like Amazon or every web app on the internet that have changed the landscape of work. But we don't feel as threatened, I think, because it does not act so human-like. So I think that yes, there have been recent advancements in generative AI and in large language models that will change the way people work, maybe make them more productive in certain tasks. But I also do think that the fact that it is speaking a little bit more human-like and we interact with it in a natural way might be another source of that fear. I am not an economist, so I can't exactly predict how the future will go. What I do know based on the papers that I've read is that there are certain jobs where they call them are more exposed to the recent developments in AI, especially large language models. Those where writing is involved, including programming, is thought that up to more than 50% of our tasks could be impacted, maybe made more productive using these. So it could be that because we're working faster, maybe we complete the jobs more quickly, and therefore maybe fewer people might be required to complete those tasks. But it's also unclear whether these technologies open up new jobs that have not existed before, new startups, new opportunities. And it kind of reminds me of in the 1920s when recorded music technology came out, right? Suddenly orchestras were out of jobs because they didn't play in the movie theaters anymore. And so people were concerned about these robots, canned music, taking their jobs. But then, the recording industry became a whole new field and area for people to work in, and that generated more jobs. So it's unclear exactly how the give and take of the economy will go. Right. So AI, including ChatGPT, in some ways they're making us more productive, right? So they're allowing us to, for example, write code faster because we can look up different function names more quickly. So it may not always be correct, however, so we have to be careful to not always take its word for it, but it can be a way to perform search quickly in an intuitive way to search rather than just using regular internet search.